Welcome! In this brief video, I will show you how to write a simple for loop that will calculate the sum of all numbers between 1 and 10 and print that sum to the Unity console. By now, you should have completed the Soft Chalk and PowerPoint lessons that explain the syntax for defining a for loop, as well as the three expressions that comprise the for loop statement: initialization, condition, and update. So let's create a new C# script and attach it to an empty game object in the Unity hierarchy. Within the Unity hierarchy, right mouse click and select Create Empty. With this object selected, then navigate to the inspector, click Add Component. In the search bar, type in New, then select New Script. Now give it a name. I will call mine ForLoops. Click the Create and Add button and you will see your for loop script populate in the Assets folder. Double-click your C# icon in the Assets folder. This will launch Visual Studio. Once you have the C# script open in Visual Studio, we are ready to define and use a for loop. Navigate to an area below the start function, outside this function's closing brace, but inside the public class's closing brace. Let's define a method. I'm going to call mine SumNumbers because I'm going to get the sum of various numbers. Now, it is good practice to write a comment that describes what you will be doing in a method or line of code. So above my method, I will type 2 forward slashes and a short description of what this method will do. Please note that the name of my method starts with a capital S and has a capital N. This follows good naming conventions. Now let's practice writing the for loop. Inside my method, I will need to first declare and initialize a variable that will hold the value of our sum. Type int sum equals 0, semicolon. Now I can create my for loop. Type for int I equals, I will start with a value of 1, I less than or equal to 10, because I want 10 different cycles in this loop, semicolon, and then I plus plus, so I can increment this value of I within my loop. Now, as I go through each cycle, I, which starts at 1, will be incremented to the next number up, which will be 2, until it reaches 11. Once it reaches 11, this condition statement will be false. In this statement, I'm taking my sum, which is 0. I'm going to add the value of I to it. And as our loop increments through its 10 cycles, the value of I will increase by 1. Each time adding that new value to the existing sum value. Once the for loop is completed, I want to print a message to the console that displays the sum of all numbers between 1 and 10. So using our debug.log, I can type in a brief message. I will concatenate to that string message my actual variable that holds my sum. And now my method holds a for loop, and I am ready to call that method in start. So when I hit the play button in Unity, this code will execute. Finally, I'd like to save my script. Navigate to the File menu, select File, Save Assets. Notice you can also use the keyboard shortcut Control-S. Back in Unity, click the console button, then click play. There's my message. The sum of all numbers between 1 and 10 is 55. Great, my for loop works. I hope that this brief video helped you understand for loops and gave you a chance to practice. If you have any questions about loops, methods, variables, or any other programming concepts, be sure to ask your instructor and review our videos. Thank you for watching.